it's Ayesha here from God FM, and guess what? I was able to do a live show today. Hooray! And so I'm going to start doing one-to-one prayer sessions on live TikTok shows every day. And I'll be doing that from 8 o'clock to 8:30. So you can get in with a one-to-one prayer sessions with me. If you're a victim of any type of attack, it doesn't just need to be gang stalking. If you're a victim of any type of attack, this can be, relationship breakdowns or spiritual attacks or anything like this. Or if you're just struggling and you need someone to talk to and you need someone to pray, then I am the lady to speak to. I had a TikTok account which was taken offline, and now I've got my new one, but I've only just managed to get it back on, to go live, so I'm really pleased about that. So today I want to talk about magnets. Magnets, yes. So magnets are an amazing thing, I found. So when this all started with me, I had a vibrating floor and all sorts of weird things happening, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? And it was really frightening. I mean, if you're going through it, you'll wonder, why am I getting vibrating under my feet and all of these things? And I had a little speaker magnet that I'd always had, and it used to sit on my dressing table. So I got it and I put it on the floor, and then everything stopped, and I thought, ooh, that's nice. Magnets are lovely. So I was like, right, I'm going to buy another couple of magnets. So I went online and bought, I didn't buy magnets, I bought speakers from Hi-Fi's. And I also had some hi-fi speakers in my house, which, because I do the ministry for God FM, I had some left over from my car, because we had a sound system put in there with speakers, but I don't use the car because it was vandalized at the moment. But I'm praying God will do something about that. Whether he wants me to use it or not, I don't know. But back to it, with the magnets, I've pulled out these magnets and I started to put magnets together. And I mean, just out of speakers, okay, and I'd do 5 or 6 together. I'd rip out all the inside of the speaker, and the magnet would come out. And then in the beginning I would unscrew everything, right? But in the end I worked out it was quicker just to smash the front of it with a good old hammer, and then get the speaker or the magnet out, and then you rip out all the papery bits and things, keep all the copper wires and everything, cut those up, and then make coils with those. So then I'd stack up the magnets, 5 in a tower, or 2 or 3, and then I'd put them in a fabric bag, and I would go around the top of all the walls and lean it up against the wall and go around, and I would reset the house every day. And that's how it all started with me, with the magnets. And then I became just totally obsessed with magnets, to be honest. So I just bought loads and loads and loads of hi-fi speakers. I was just so excited about this discovery. I was like, wow, this is so much fun. And it was traumatic, all of the stuff that I was going through, but I thought, well, this will give me something to, give me some stimulation. So I just bought so many speakers, and I looked for subwoofers as well. And I got subwoofers, speakers which are slightly bigger and more powerful, and then I'd stuck them together, and then I would put them in towers of 10. I also bought pot magnets, and they're really nice. The ones that I liked are pot magnets for I think 33 kilo pull, and so I bought 100 of those. I had about 300, but 200 are missing, so don't know where they went, but this kind of thing happens, when you're a victim of this stuff, right? So anyway, I do towers of 10 of those, all 5, and if I'm low on them, I'll do towers of 4 or 5, and then I'll put them. The top corners of the house is quite good, or on the floor. Every corner of the room, put a magnet. Just totally changes everything, because magnets create their own atmosphere. I just had so much fun with magnets. It was so exciting, really. Then I thought, what else can I buy that would be stronger than these magnets? So I went and bought some fishing magnets. And so you can buy fishing magnets which are, 250 kilogram pull to 500 kilogram pull. So I bought loads of those. And I would put them on the window ledge. And I'd put them near plants, and they really help the plants grow. Plants really like magnets. And also plants really like wire, funnily enough, as well. They like a bit of copper in the soil. And what I also found they liked is copper wire wrapped up and put in jars of water. But this also does something, because it's a magnetic current within water. It would change the whole atmosphere outside. And it looked weird. Okay, people might think you're a little bit eccentric, right? But I made up some of those, and you could say that they really were good. And I just made up little jars of them, and I'd put magnets in as well. And if I put one of those on the floor, you just watch, the whole house would be lovely. So you can do that as well. Make some coils, and then for bedtime, if you've got a metal bed, you can put one magnet on each corner, and that's also really nice. And sometimes I put a few magnets between the mattress and the frame. So I did actually have some experiments. I got a sleeping bag and I sewed in 40 magnets from the pop magnets, and I sewed them in. And so I cut a little hole, and then I slipped it in, and then I sewed a circle around it. And I had this under the mattress, and it was amazing for about 3 months. And then they did something and it changed everything again, so I had to take it out. And then the other thing I do is I make coil magnet type devices. So the way to make a coil is you loop about 3 or 4 loops of wire around your hand, and then you loop one wire all the way around, and then you join the 2 ends together, and you point them out. And so you join the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative, right? Or you can join them just straight together. And then inside the base of the magnet, because you've got a little hole, you put them in there. And you can have towers of 1. Or you can do 6 of those towers, put them in a box. Then wrap a wire from each magnet all the way around to itself, and then another wire back to another one of the magnets, so the currents are going to and fro and very busy. Wrap it up in a box, seal it, tape it up, put in, color it in so that it can't be messed with, and give it a name. And you might want to call it the 6-stemmed genius or something, I name all of mine. So I've got one called Shaka, another one called Zulu, another one called Heart, another one called whale. So I've got loads of different ones, and I've made them. And I've also got one called Metaverse, which I use near my router, and I found that it helps. And then I've got another one, which is also a red one, but I don't know where that is, where it is, or what it's called now. Let me just see. I've got one called the Thunderdome. I make them up and then I name them, so I can remember where they are and what they are. I've got one here. Oh, I can't remember where that one went. But I make them up and I put them on radiators as well, water radiators. You know, the radiators in your house. Believe it or not, for some reason, wrapped up little bits of wire in the alcoves of the radiator keep the house very warm. I know I sound very eccentric, don't I? But if you think about it, wire is just another form of magnet. So that also seemed to really be nice. It's all about getting the house to maximize its environment. Magnets create their own atmosphere, and they generate their own power, and they're conductors, and they create a velocity which goes up against the EMF as well. It's all about currents, which are invisible. Electricity is invisible, and so is Wi-Fi, and so is Bluetooth. And so it's about generating your own currents that supersede the other currents that are affecting you, so that the currents that you have around you are better than the ones that were around you before, if you like. So, you know, like if you're cold and you cuddle up with someone, you can warm up, right? So it's the same with magnets. Magnets create their own little bit of current and atmosphere. So that's what I found. And what else have I done? The little boxes you get out of the subwoofers, there's a little box sometimes, they're very good too. You might want to put those in a box with a few magnets around. They really, really do some lovely things. They change the atmosphere really nicely. It's like they give everything a boost. And where can you get magnets for free? Well, you get them everywhere. They're all over the place. Speakers, microwaves always have magnets. I've taken microwaves apart. How many did I do? 2, I think? 2. And the magnets inside the microwave are magnetrons. And actually, because they've got a nice hole in the middle, I actually use them on my hairbands, and I put them on my head. Believe it or not. I don't care how eccentric I look. I want to make sure that nothing's going to penetrate my head. And I have a bun, and then I wear my hairbands with a little magnet on my head. And because you've got a little hole there, a lot of people are affected by the things that happen around them. And that I found. And I also take TVs apart. And the little magnets inside the TVs are the best. I love those. And out of computers also. Very nice. They're only little dinky things, but they're damn powerful. And you know, also out of the pound shop, you can get those little mobile speaker things. Believe it or not, those little magnets are fantastic as well. I think the radio is normally just a $5, or you know, for one of those little radios. And but the magnets are really powerful, lovely magnets. So I had about 4 or 5 of those. And I put them in a tower, and I just keep those in a purse now, and I actually wear them between my boobs, and I always have magnets on me. Why? Well, because it stabilizes my heart, because otherwise my heart races for some reason. I'm just not okay with what's going on in the world. I don't fit in. and I'm affected by all the vibrations. So I wear magnets, and this is what I found really helps. And so, when I was saying about these magnets, so if you've got some of the speaker magnets or the pop magnets, you can put a few in your pillow or under your pillow. The other thing I've done is with the bigger magnets, for the fishing magnets, you can put them on the taps and it will clean the water as well. And you can make a box of magnets and put them on top of the water supply, and this will also clean the water. But if you're like me, then you might find that they get to the water supply further along, which is what happened to me. Sorry about that. It was a bit frustrating. So yeah, you could try that. And what else is there? The little tiny magnets. Neodyne magnets. Tiny, little teeny ones. They're brilliant. Really amazing. Those are. And the ones with little holes in, if you get those little ones with little holes, you can make a necklace out of those. So I've made necklaces. I've lost the necklace actually, but I've got the bangle, and I made it with wire, copper wire, and magnets, and it looks very masculine. A lot of guys like it, and they always go, "Ooh, that's pretty cool," and I go, "Yeah, it is. It's real cool. It is." I knit not knit it. It's like I stitch it. So it looks stitched, so it looks like a proper bracelet. So that's quite nice. And what else is there? So if you get like some of the fishing magnets, you can just go around the top of the house and put these magnets at the top of the house. What I found really good is if you've got a magnet in the corners and then you go to the next level of the house and you put them in the same corners above, really good. It's like, wow. And then if you've got another level you can reach as well in a cupboard above, also brilliant it is. To hang them on a door is also quite good. And just generally, I love magnets. Window ledges, brilliant. So those are my tips for magnets. I'm also going to be doing a book very soon, and I'm going to call it your 1-to-1 guide for overcoming this sort of electronic equipment that we're dealing with, right? And when I put this book out, it'll have everything, magnets, all sorts of different tips and tricks that I have found. Because also I made a V2K machine as well, which is also on TikTok if you want to find it on there. And hopefully that will help you as well. Radios really make a difference also. So I recommend putting a few radios on. Different radio, each different room, different channel. Very nice. Washing machine is a very big area of problem, but a radio just above the washing machine or inside the washing machine makes a big difference. These are the things I found, because it's all about water. Switching off the water and switching it back on again can also help. And just generally cleaning your drains as well really helps, because a lot of this is currents, and it moves with water. It's the best way to explain it. There's a lot of nano in the water as well, and all sorts of things we can't see in the water, but it's tiny. So I would filter the water, by the way, through a sock or a finger of a glove. If you're in England, you can put a finger of a glove over the tap with a hairband and do it with all taps. Toilets are a problem, so I'd put a filter on the water supply into that. If I were you, you can buy a little attachment. They're about $7.99 from eBay. I've got one, but I haven't had it fitted yet. And you could do the same with the washing machine. I mean, I've found there's so much nano in my washing machine. Those are your main areas, because the stuff then gets on your clothes. And you know, I don't know if you're aware, but with a tiny speck of nano, that can be like a whole computer operating system. So we've got to be really careful with nano. And if you're like me, then you know, you've got probably loads of nano all over your house, but and your clothes are full of nano, so it might be worth throwing your clothes away every time you've worn them and buy a new set of clothes instead of washing them from the charity shop. Because I have come to that conclusion that it's quite hard to keep the nano out of the washing machine. So that's my tip on that. But I mean, I don't really have all the answers, but magnets really make a big difference. I found I put sometimes the little machines, like I was saying about the little coil machine things, I put them around my bed, behind my head, or I put them under my pillow to sleep as well, and I sleep really well with those. So there's lots of different things you can do that will help you. Another thing is wire. I like wire. So I always keep wire, and then I plait wire, and I make it into little loops and big coils. So I do little coils and big coils too. So big wire, big coil, very powerful. Lean it up against a wall, very nice. Just like a magnet. But it's, you know, it's dependent on what currents are running. I found plants are very good also. Plants in the bath, plants in the sink, plants by the drains seem to help, and soil in general is very good. So clay. So if you're struggling with this, you might want to get some clay, bentonite clay, and eat some of the bentonite clay, you know, the edible one. That's really good for you. Your body needs something like this. It's from the volcanoes. With a lot of the people, they live to over 100, and it's a very good way of cleaning out the body and getting rid of all those metals and toxins. So I recommend trying that. And what else is there? Oh yes, bicarbonate of soda every day. Teaspoon of that every day. If you don't like it, then what you can do is you can mix it with some coconut oil, or you can mix it with some honey or something like that. What else could you do? I suppose you could butter some bread and put it on bread and just gulp it down that way. I don't know. Or salt some, oh yes, you could get some apple and you could dunk it in that and have a salty apple. That'd be quite nice. So there's that to do that as well. And getting the salt rubs for your bath time, amazing. Totally recommend that as well. And don't forget to deworm yourself for parasites, because you're trying to keep yourself in best prime time condition. So I would, make sure that you've got parasite cleansing things for your pets as well. Maybe while you're buying the pets one, you could just buy yourself one as well, and have some, deworming stuff, defleeing stuff as well. You can get the liquid one, which you consume through your mouth, and also gets rid of ticks and fleas and worms. So you could do that as well. And that's quite good for the pets, because if you're like me, then your pets are always itching and there's always fleas and this kind of thing. And if you've got like loads of bushes outside, then they can pick up ticks and all sorts of nasty things. So if you notice slugs and worms, they don't like salt. So if you don't want parasites inside you, then you need to up your take on salt. And I can promise you it'll help you. With all my heart, it will help you. So definitely want to uptake your salt levels, because it'll make a big difference. So I think that pretty much covers everything to do with the magnets. I love the towers of 10. I sometimes put them on the stairs as well. I really like that. So I'll put magnets on the ends of the stairs, on the edge, and I'll put them on the two edges all the way up. And that will also change the house. If you've got where your meter is for your electricity, then what I found really works very well is to put 4 magnets on the floor in that room. And that also will really help you, because it creates its own atmosphere and its own set of currents. So, but a bit of experimentation and exploration is always fun. And also I recommend to get a dinger. What's that? It's to make sounds and music with a sound tongue. And so 528, and there's different ones, 963, and that kind of thing. So go and get some of those. You can get them quite cheaply, and those will also help you. I've done an audio thing as well, and I'll try and reshare that. Alright, so I hope that helps you. It's Ayesha from God FM. If you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple, X, TikTok, as well as Telegram. There's God FM New, God FM News, God FM Radio, and God FM Group. I hope you have an amazing day. It's Ayesha from God FM. Take care.